alongside Coach Mark Dandan. And you're looking at the FEU coaching staff right now as we go to another break. Our technical team has put everything back in place. 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And the point I was making earlier before the break is that Coach Denok Miranda not joined on the coaching staff right now by the living legend Johnny Abarientos, but Coach Gabi Severino is one of his assistants. We just saw him in the CSP Blazers bench earlier.
Coach Gabi just changing shirts in the locker room as we see a chase down block, LeBron-esque.
Back-to-back chase down blocks from both squads. Kawamura for three, that's good.
Finally, Kawamura getting a clean look, but Sanzar not getting down on defense.
Fati finishing it on that end.
Great pass from Patrick Sleet to Mo Fati. Great recognition that he has a 7'2" teammate, just lobs it up and lets Fati do the rest.
5-point lead for FEU off that Mo Fati bucket. Let's take a look at that play once again. Fati with a rejection on one end. And then on the other, the fast break opportunity rejected by Kone, but Fati with a finish. Fati couldn't convert on that three-point play. Some substitutions here from Sanzar. Kone going up against Fati. 8 seconds to shoot here for Sanzar. Kawamura for three. No good. Kone trying to save it. Good recovery by Sanzar here. Odo from the outside. Can't convert. FEU with a rebound.
Messy sets right there from Sanzar. Not really, Odo not being very aggressive. Content with taking shots from the outside.
FEU now taking its time. 7 seconds on the shot clock now. Alforque with the pass. That's a three from Tempra. No good. Ian Torres stops and pops. Can't make it. Good offensive rebound. Kawamura waiting in the wings there. And it's taken away by FEU. Sleet's got it. Nice pass. Alley-oop couldn't finish. There's a foul.
Second lob thrown by Patrick Sleet to Cholo Anunuevo, really known to be a very athletic wingman for the FEU Tamaraws. See the replay, great pass by Sleet. Fortunately, Anunuevo just ball slips out of his hands, but recovers well enough to get 2 free throws at the line.
Couple of substitutions here for Coach Egay Billones and for Coach Denok Miranda.
Cholo Anunuevo actually spent a couple of years in the U.S. training and playing, hoping to catch on to a college team.
That's right, the TSU Tigers, Tennessee State.
Now he's back with the FEU program where he started off in the juniors team. He showed a lot of promise there. Actually converted from a big now to a wingman. See what the FEU coaching staff has done to augment Cholo Anunuevo's skills.
Mo Fati taking a seat. Going to be replaced by Miguel Ona.
Now this will be tricky, Stan, for FEU. We know that both world imports for Sanzar can play all at the same time now, but FEU is limited to just one, so they're going all Filipino right now against this Sanzar lineup.
Sanzar's also brought in Jello Obuyes and Januel Famaranco.
as I say, Sanzar taking advantage of that all-Filipino lineup in the post, dumping it down to Odu on the N1. Great, great strong move by Odu, taking advantage of the height despite the triple team by FEU.
Odu no good on the bonus. FEU still up by 4. Sleet taking advantage of the poor transition D. FEU with a third chance on this trip.
Oh, that length of Sanzar really bothering these FEU attacks in the paint.
Nice steal there for Kone. For Odu rather. Odu taking it up. Got hit on the way up. No whistle though.
Odu and Kone have played almost all of the first quarter. They look like they're gassing out from the pace of the game. They're going up and down.
Año Nuevo going through Odu's defense. Ona tried to bank it in, no.
Now, this is the big question mark, Stan, for FEU. You know, who will they have coming off the bench? We know that LJ Gonzalez is going to be there, Cyrus Torres, Cholo Anunuevo. Who else is going to help out FEU, especially off the bench?
And that's something that Coach Denok Miranda will have to figure out for this game. And perhaps the rest of the tournament if LJ Gonzalez is going to be out for an extended period of time.
We see a substitution right here. But still, the World Imports grinding it out. Almost 8 minutes on the floor with no rest.
11 on the shot clock here for Sanzar. Back shot is good for Jeffy Mailim.
Good to see other players from Sanzar contributing.
Slow first quarter here for both squads. Asleet surveys his options. Competente in the paint, and that's a competent floater.
Great patient attack from Competente, and as he said, very competent with that left hand finish.
He's a rookie for the FEU Tamaraws, has played with the Gilas Youth. Went to Citrus Valley High in Redlands, California. Obuyas getting trapped here, right by our announce table. Nice pass to Odu down low, who draws the foul from the FEU defense. And Competente raises his hand. That's going to go against him. That's also the 4th personal foul for the FEU Tamaraws. We're getting an update here, a quick update from the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Megan Cabrera, who tells us that it looks like LJ Gonzalez will be unavailable for the Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship due to a minor ankle injury. So, as you alluded to, Coach Mark, it's going to be very intriguing to see where Coach Denok Miranda will draw his offense from without LJ Gonzalez available.
No, we all know that LJ Gonzalez is the engine that drives this FEU offense. So it will be for Royce Alforge, Cyrus Torres, and Cholo Anunuevo to pick up the slap that they missed from LJ Gonzalez.
Odu down low, trying to produce. Tipped away by FEU.
Great stop right there from the Tamaraws, but they're struggling with their half-court offense, especially in their attacks. This length by the World Imports of Sanzar really giving a hard time.
Año Nuevo, nice handoff to Ona to the right corner. Sleet can't finish. A little over a minute to go. Mailim's all alone. Nice finish.
That's a great outlet pass from Kone to Mailim. Easy basket for Sanzar.
Cuts the lead down to 2. FEU up 16-14. Quick timeout. We'll go to a quick commercial break. A little over a minute remaining here in the first quarter at the Villar Coliseum in Las Piñas as we take a look at the FEU Tamaraws. They've got a 2-point lead over the Sanzar Fire Tigers. As we mentioned, no LJ Gonzalez for the Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship.
No, unfortunately, they're going to miss LJ for the tournament due to a minor ankle injury. But it's going to be fun to see Royce Alforque and the others step up.
Odu probably going to try to finish this himself. Gets trapped there. No look pass from Sanzar's players as Odu, no choice but to finish inside.
Odu, very creative on that finish. Despite the low pass. Thankful for his long arms.
About 30 seconds remaining here in the first. Sleek using that tempra pick. Here's Competente. Ball is going to stay with FEU after that whistle.
It's great defense from both teams to see the replay. No look pass to the foot. That's by design, Stan. Off the foot, straight to their world import for 2 points.
Your optimism is well appreciated, Coach Mark. 24.4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Patrick Sleet off the glass.
Great hook shot from Patrick Sleet. Also a great find on that slip.
Another timeout for Coach Egay Billones. They'll try to talk through the final 21.4 seconds. It's been a long first quarter as Coach Egay Billones and his coaching staff have taken advantage of all of their timeouts here in the first quarter so far. Sanzar trying to end the quarter on a high. They've knotted it up and now they've taken the lead off that Ian Torres 3.
Ian Torres. I mean, not the best shot. It's one of those, please don't shoot it, great shot.
Competente from the outside. And that'll end the first quarter. 1-point lead for Sanzar, 19 against the FEU Tamaraws, 18. We'll be right back with the second quarter here in the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship presented by Bola.tv.
This time around in the Asiabasket. Sabi nga ng kanilang team owner and player Louis Lanzar, ayaw na nilang maging underdogs and they consider all of this as an investment towards improving Philippine basketball as they give more opportunities to budding and young players. With only 1 month of preparation under their belt, sabi nga ni Coach Egay Billones, who is in his first official head coach stint, focus, and they are hoping for a better turnout this season. Stan and Coach Mark.
Thank you very much, Megan Cabrera, our courtside reporter for this contest. It's the second game of our quadruple header as we kick things off in the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship. Odu and Cone still on the floor for Coach Egay Billones. They haven't had a rest yet.
No, Sanzar getting their money's worth from their two world imports, trying to take advantage of the mismatches that these two generate on offense.
Cyrus Torres driving. Good pass. Can't finish for FEU, but Alforque secures it. He's got 4 seconds. Alforque from the free throw line. No.
Well, FEU has really had a hard time getting points in the paint because of the two world imports bothering every shot.
Torres and Kawamura with a miscommunication there. That's a turnover. FEU with a lucky break.
Unforced turnovers, not the best friend for any coach. Not happy if you're Coach Egay Billones.
Mo Fati going to work inside. Didn't even allow Sanzar to give him a double.
Mo Fati kind of rushed that. Twinkle toes right there in the paint. Wasn't really set when he threw that hook shot.
To be fair, he didn't want to wait for Kone and Odo to both be on him. Ondoa to Kawamura in the paint. Second chance for Yuki Kawamura is good. Sanzar now up by 3.
Kawamura's been very aggressive for Sanzar. He's been looking for a shot off that curl handoff, staying with the miss.
Yuki Kawamura, who played for the University of Perpetual Help System just down the road here in Las Piñas, as Torres fires that one from the top of the key.
FEU settling for outside shots. Not really what you're looking for on offense, one-on-one and one shot.
Look at that pick play. Odo and Kone. And they earned that 3.
That's something you don't see every day here in the Philippines. Two world imports setting a ball screens for each other.
FEU trying to answer back to no avail. And now the Fire Tigers. Ooh, that's a turnover. Rough one for them. It's a travel, rather.
I think the boys are starting to gas out. If you're looking at Kone, as you see that ball screen, I think Tempra was like, I'm not sure what's happening. He got stunned for a moment, leaving Odu wide open for the 3-point shot.
And that was the Bola.TV 3-pointer of the game as Cyrus Torres answers with his own 3-point game. Sanzar still up.
No, Stan, Cyrus Torres was formerly a big 4-guy or a 5-guy for the FEU Juniors program. He has transitioned very well to the perimeter, especially with having that outside shot.
Odu getting trapped there. Kawamura getting hit as he went for 3. He was looking for a foul call. Couldn't get it. And that's going to be a jump ball.
Great hustle from both teams. Say Kawamura, not the best shot selection. He tried to flop on that 3-point shot. Smart move from the FEU defender to avoid the contact.
Cholo Año Nuevo checking back in here for FEU. And James Tempra takes a seat. Gotta respect the hustle from the FEU Tamaraws. The height not really bothering them as much. It's still a competitive game here for them. Torres from way outside. Can't get it to go as they get the offensive rebound. Patient offense here for FEU as that bank shot is good for Cyrus Torres.
Excellent use of the ball fake by Cyrus Torres, catching his defender and the help defender off guard, freeing himself up for that floater back shot.
He's in double digits now. Mailin using that pick from Kone. Kone rolling. And that patient offense is rewarded for Sanzar.
Kone looks a bit awkward, but he gets the job done. 2 points.
Doesn't matter how pretty it is as long as it's efficient.
Yes, sir. 2 points is still 2 points.
Alforque getting an opening in the right side. No. Here's Jello Abuyes. Gets a whistle, but it's still Sanzar ball. Going back to that last play, Cyrus Torres with that floater. That's the Bola.tv move of the game. That hesitation and just hanging there for him.
Yeah, with the ball fake, even fake me. I was looking at the corner and then I was surprised to see Torres shooting that bank shot.
18 seconds to shoot here for Sanzar. Jello Abuyes was part of their squad in the Asiabasket Kuala Lumpur. He had a breakout game against the CSB Blazers where he scored 16 points and 8 rebounds against them. Really took everyone by surprise. Kone missing that mid-ranger there.
Anunuevo pushing the pace.
And wills it in himself.
Great aggressive play by Anunuevo, despite the presence of Kone and Odu in the paint.
Mailim almost getting trapped. Making good use of his bigs as Abuyes hits the side of the backboard. FEU running now down the other way. Alforque to Torres, trying his luck again from downtown.
Again, great recognition by Royce Alforque, understanding who was beside him, his best shooter in Cyrus Torres.
That's 13 for Cyrus Torres. As we take a look at that last play, Alforque behind the back to Cyrus Torres from distance. And they're going to talk things through this timeout. We'll be right back. This game has been swinging both ways, with FEU now up by 2, 28-26. And one thing of note here is that neither Odu nor Kone have had any rest here for the Sanzar Fire Tigers.
Now, if this game goes down the wire, Stan, you gotta question the stamina of Odu and Kone towards the end. They're gonna need both bigs. Sanzar wants to win this ballgame.
And there's got to be a fatigue factor here, especially for Odu, who just played in the FIBA Afro-Can qualifiers. Clearly, he's made us look silly here after he drained that last mid-range jumper.
You know, they seem to be in great shape, that's for sure. But again, the wear and tear of this ball game, especially if they play 40 minutes, that's gotta get to them eventually.
Tie game right now. Torres hoping to change that. He's got 6 seconds. Nice steal, Roger Ondoa, fast break. Can't finish, but there's Odu to clean it up. He's already got a double-double. That's 9 points, 11 rebounds. Fati on the other end with a 3-point play opportunity.
Great second effort there from Mo Fati. You see the replay, not giving up on the play, using all of that 7'2" frame to get the ball away from Odu, picking up a foul in the basket.
7 points, 1 rebound for Mo Fati.
1 rebound.
That's what the box score says.
If I was 7'2", I wouldn't have 1 rebound.
Less than 5 minutes remaining here at the half. Mailim throws it to Kawamura. Roger Ondoa down low. Mo Fati with the second board.
Ondoa's been very aggressive, but hasn't had the results that he's wanted so far.
Alforque with the mid-ranger, no. Fast break opportunity for Ondoa, and that ball slips through his fingertips.
Great recovery from Patrick Sleet, running down on defense, not giving up on the play, bothering Ondoa enough to force that turnover. See in the replay, Sleet, great hustle, rewarded with the turnover.
Odu's double-double watch has already ended because he's already secured it 11 points and 12 rebounds for the Beninese big man. Meanwhile, here's Alforque using the Mo Fati screens. Sleet driving inside. Another layup. That one couldn't get the lucky bounce. Another offensive rebound for FEU. Torres couldn't find the stroke. Here's Kawamura to Odu. And that ball's going to stay with Sanzar with 3:56 to go in the half.
You know, Sanzar is getting all these transition opportunities, not just from rebounds, because their world imports, basically they're just batting the ball the other way and letting their smaller guys run after it for easy layups.
Ian Torres checking back in, taking the place of Jeffy Mailem as Kawamura drills the J.
Kawamura again looking for a shot. Hasn't been very efficient, but he has 7 points.
1 point lead for the Sanzar Fire Tigers as Mo Fati changes it off that hook.
That's what you want if you're Coach Denok Miranda. Mo Fati being a lot more patient in the paint, taking his time with that hook shot.
Torres almost lost Año Nuevo because the latter tried to swipe it away. Odu with the offensive rebound for Sanzar.
Now Stan, Odu's activity is really giving Fati a hard time. You know, Fati's not as mobile as Odu or Kone. They're getting to more loose balls to see in the replay right there. Good hustle from both teams. As I was saying earlier, Odu and Kone, both a lot more mobile than Mo Fati. So Coach Denok deciding to go for a quicker lineup.
Mo Fati taking a seat, Miguel Ona giving him some rest. 8 seconds on the shot clock here for Sanzar. Odu from distance. Comes up short. Second chance opportunity, still no good for Sanzar. Cyrus Torres has been hot in the first half so far. No LJ Gonzalez for FEU, and it looks like Torres knows he's the next man up.
No, Torres, if you're looking at it percentage-wise, he hasn't been connecting with those dribble pull-ups. It's more of those set shots that's been more successful for him.
Kone drawing contact down low. And you have to hand it over to guys like Patrick Sleet who don't let the competition get the best of them. Still willing to help guys from the other team up in the name of friendly competition.
No, Stan, talking about Patrick Sleet, you can't help but notice the shoes that he's wearing. The special Jalen Green crazy BYWs in the Philippine flag design. Came out June 12th on Independence Day here in the Philippines.
Gotta love the brand loyalty that we're hearing from you, Coach Mark.
It's about that life. The three-stripe life.
And our fans here over in Las Piñas really showing out for the Sanzar Fire Tigers. You have to appreciate how they made time for our league here on a Friday afternoon.
Very thankful for all our supporters watching our Asiabasket games here on opening day.
That's right. We are airing on the Facebook and YouTube pages of Philbasket. We're also on Solar Sports for the delayed telecast. Knotted up at 33. And there's a blocking foul on the floor.
No, so far, Stan, I've noticed from both teams, they've tried to be very methodical when it comes to their half-court offense. Not always been successful, but you have to love the discipline from both teams.
FEU breaking it up, getting an easy bucket inside through Miguel Ona.
No, Miguel Ona, great simple seal right there of Odu in the post. Pinning him down under the basket for the easy two.
Here's Kone trying to take advantage of the mismatch. Couldn't finish. FEU's running. Patrick Sleet down the other end. Yes!
You know, earlier in the game, Odu and Kone could have gotten down on the floor, challenged that fast break. But they played now almost 18 minutes on the floor, Stan.
And that's affected their ability to go for the chase down blocks as Ian Torres tried to give it a reverse layup for the finish, but no good. Año Nuevo wants to finish it himself. Tried to get fancy. Odu with another rebound. That's number 15.
Odu making mincemeat of the boards, taking it by himself. Virtuoso play from Odu.
He's got 14. 2-point game here with 1:39 remaining at the half. Louis Lanzar bumping Sleet right there.
If if this were a fantasy league, Stan, you see the replay right there. Great forward pass to Patrick's lead on the replay. The Bola TV assist of the game. FEU Tamaraws showing how it's done.
Coach Denok wants to reset and talk things through. We'll be right back with the conclusion of our first half. Our fans here in Las Piñas showing Asiabasket a lot of love as they flocked to the Villar Coliseum. It's actually our Asiabasket debut in this venue. And we'd like to thank the city of Las Piñas for welcoming Asiabasket for this tournament. We'll be here until July 30. And in case Las Piñas is just too far out of reach, then you can continue watching the games on Facebook and on YouTube. Just search for us, Asiabasket. Or you can catch us on the Bola.tv app where your favorite streamers will help us call the action and give away prizes, some cash prizes at that. So there's so many ways to be part of the Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship. James Tempra inside, he's found the medicine.
Whatever was ailing FEU in the first quarter, Tempra has provided the cure.
Tempra through the defense of Odu. It doesn't matter how big or how tall you are, he willed that basket in.
You gotta look at the foul trouble now for World Imports. You see Kone is actually taking a risk. FEU taking advantage of the difference.
And Ona stretches the lead to 6 off that offensive rebound and the putback.
You see the entry of Godwill Kalipine taking the place of Salomon Kone.
Kawamura from distance, that one no good. Louis Lanzar with a putback, still can't finish. Another offensive rebound to Odu on the outside. And FEU trying to silence this crowd. Last minute of the half here. Nice passes from FEU. With Odu with another rebound. That's 16. Odu with a finish.
Odu absolutely dominating in this ballgame. His statistics for this half is already a great game for any other player.
He's got a double-double of a sweet 16. 16 points, 16 rebounds as we have another break in the action. I believe our officials are trying to change or are trying to address the inconsistency with the time.
Again, first day jitters for all of us here in Asiabasket. Even the electronics have their own jitters.
Sabi nga ng parokya ni Edgar, nasasabik, di ba, sa unang araw ng Asiabasket.
Sabik na sabik naman talaga tayong lahat, Stan, para sa opening ng Asiabasket. Ang ganda ng competition natin this season. You know, we have the amazing college teams going up against arguably underrated commercial teams in the likes of Corsa Tires earlier, bringing it to CSB, and now the Sanzar Fire Tigers keeping in step with FEU Tamaraws.
And just to reset the game here for our viewers, coming up on 45 seconds remaining at the half. FEU wants to extend this lead. Tempra getting double teamed. And Tempra tried to force that one. Offensive rebound for FEU. Kalapine with a good defense on Tempra, just containing him on the block.
It's FEU overdosing on Tempra. Too much Tempra can be very bad for your health.
And it could be very bad for FEU's offense, whose momentum has actually stalled over the last few seconds.
They have to take advantage of the lap one Salomon Kone. Now that this lineup is a lot smaller now for Sanzar.
Odu, the only import remaining on the floor for the Sanzar Fire Tigers. He's clearly tired, but his statistics will tell you otherwise as Tempra steps to the line and misses that first free throw.
I was about to say earlier, Stan, if this were a fantasy league, Odu would be a first rounder for sure.
Unfortunately, wala po tayong fantasy hoops in the Asiabasket system. Would be fun though if you could join us for something like that. Tempra going 0 for 2. Odu with rebound number 17.
17 rebounds. It's just the first half. That's just silly. That's silly.
4-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Godwill Calapine back to Ian Torres from the outside. He may have stepped on the line there. It doesn't matter. Shot doesn't go in. And the clock seems to have stopped right here on the court. But FEU keeps on playing. That bucket is going to be credited to FEU. But the clock seems to have stopped.
That's the longest 9.3 seconds we've seen.
And the officials must not have noticed it because game is still going on. Louis Lanzar throws it up as the buzzer sounds. And the second quarter ends with the FEU Tamaraws up by 6, 43-37. We hope to have a clarification by the second half. We'll be right back with more basketball here at the Villar Coliseum. This is the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship presented by Bola.tv. Welcome back to our coverage of the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship presented by Bola.tv. At the half of our second game, it's the FEU Tamaraws up by 6 against the Sanzar Fire Tigers, 43-37. Looking at some of the leading scorers at the half, you've got Odu, who's really been dominant for the Sanzar Fire Tigers. As you see him on the highlights, he already has a double-double, 16 points and 16 rebounds.
Despite the dominance of Odu, FEU still has the lead because they haven't gotten Sanzar hasn't gotten enough support for Odu. Kone only has 5 points and 6 rebounds. Ian Torres has 5 points, and one of the guys that we were looking at, Roger Ondoa, has been struggling in the first half.
On the other side, the FEU Tamaraws, as you mentioned, they do have the upper hand right now, despite not having LJ Gonzalez. Cyrus Torres has stepped up. He's got 13 to lead all of the Tamaraws.
Not only does Torres have 13, but he's had support from Patrick Sleep. Off the bench, he's got 6 points. Cholo Nuevo also off the bench with 5 points and 5 rebounds. Actually, looking at the stats, FEU has 17 bench points compared to only 4 from Sanzar.
Mo Fati's got 9 as well to add to the point totals for the FEU Tamaraws. We've got more insights from the first half as we reintroduce the third member of our broadcast team, Megan Cabrera.
Stan, after a very tough first half for FEU, Coach Denok Miranda calls for consistency. Welcome back to the second half of FEU versus Sanzar Pharmaceuticals. And after a tough first half, Coach Denok Miranda calls for consistency for the Tamaraws. Sabi nga niya, alam naman nila skill-wise kung ano ang kaya nila and they should be at an advantage. Kaya kailangan nilang iangat ang depensa at ang linis. And they don't want to focus on factors that they cannot control. And they're hoping at the second half, mailabas nila kung ano talaga ang laro ng FEU. Stan and Coach Mark.
Excellent report from our very own Megan Cabrera. The FEU Tamaraws up by 6 as we head into the second half. What did you like about the way that they composed themselves against the Sanzar Fire Tigers, Coach Mark?
You know, at the start of the game, they're really having trouble finishing over the two world imports of Sanzar. Again, for those who are not familiar, just tuning in, for this Asiabasket tournament, both world imports can play at the same time. So FEU really had a hard time getting downhill, penetrating, finishing at the rim because of those two world imports. But eventually, remember, these two world imports played almost the whole of the first half. When those guys started to tire out, FEU got to the basket more. Hence, their slim lead at the half.
Going over to the other side, the Sanzar Fire Tigers in blue. We're going to be discussing what they need to do in the second half after this break. For those who've stayed with us, we'd like to thank you for your patience after that extended halftime. Once again, let's reset everything here for those of you watching. The FEU Tamaraws are up by 6 at the half against the Sanzar Fire Tigers. Score is 43-37. The Villar Coliseum here in Las Piñas filling up with fans who are ready for some Friday afternoon basketball. Earlier before the break, Coach Mark, we talked about, I was about to ask you rather, what Sanzar Fire Tigers, what do they need to do here in this second half?
Simply put, Stan, they need more production from the other players not named Adeshokan. Odu. Odu has 16 points and 16 rebounds, keeping his team here in the game. But they're going to need more from the likes of Salomon Kone, Jello Obuyes, and the others to contribute in order to pull this upset, so to speak, of FEU.
And in terms of actual minutes, both teams have had sufficient amounts of rest, and this has to be in the favor of Sanzar, whose world imports have had a substantial amount of time to recover.
Definitely, when you talk about playing time, Kone played almost 18 minutes for the first half, and Odu ended up playing the whole 20 minutes. So this lull definitely gave them a good break, fresh legs for the second half. Probably he can finish the game stronger than if it would have lasted with a quicker halftime.
As we begin with the second half, Sanzar's fielding its starting lineup. Odu and Kone in the front court alongside Ondoa, Kawamura, and Ian Torres. And that's going to be a turnover for Sanzar.
So offensive foul on Odu, trying to seal off the smaller defender. Ended up pushing. Honestly, he didn't have to do anything. If that was allowed, he could have just jumped and gotten it. Easy layup for Odu.
For those of you who are watching on our Facebook and YouTube feeds, the official time is 9:43, having with the second half having begun. Mo Fati back in the game for FEU. Patrick Sleet starting the second half for them as Odu gets points number 17 and 18 off that banker.
Better presence of mind from Odu, being more patient in the post, taking advantage of that mismatch.
Score right now is like an NBA 8 seed, 43-39. Mo Fati, that hook no good.
Despite that miss, Stan, you like what you see from Mo Fati, being more patient, not rushing his shots in the paint.
Salomon Kone, distracted by Fati, had to pass it back out to Ondoa. 12 on the shot clock here. Odu's got a mismatch. Kone with the offensive rebound. Back to Odu. Short. Alforque cleans it up. Bagunu starting the second half here for Coach Denok Miranda, who I'm sure wants to look at all of his options now that he's got a short-handed lineup.
He wants to see who can step up in the absence of LJ Gonzalez, their main guy who's out with an ankle injury, out for the whole of the Asiabasket tournament.
Ian Torres with the rebound there for Sanzar. He's got the bigger Patrick Sleet on him. Torres, nice pass to Odu inside.
Great cut by Odu and even better recognition from Torres on that pass.
Patrick Sleet drawing contact there, sending himself to the line. Looks like that foul is going to go against Odu.
FEU coaching staff asking for offensive interference on that attempt by Patrick Sleet. I think if you can see a replay of that, Odu actually slapped the board while the ball was still in play. But officials deeming it just 2 free throws for Patrick Sleet.
James Tempra back in the game for Bagunu.
Bagunu was really... Odu took advantage of that matchup with Bagunu, taking him in the post and on that backdoor cut. Coach Denok not happy with his performance.
Sleet going 0 for 2 there. He's entering his 3rd playing year for the FEU Tamaraws. Started 6 out of the 14 games in the regular season. He's looking, it looks like he might be angling for a better spot in Coach Denok Miranda's rotation.
He's going to be a key player for the Tamaraws moving forward in the UAAP. Him and Cholo Anunuevo will guarantee more minutes for them this coming season.
9 seconds on the shot clock here for FEU. Alforque getting that pick from Mo Fati. Alforque throws it up. Offensive rebound, Tempra. Sleet's gonna reset. Tempra almost caught not looking. Mo Fati inside. Can't knock that one in off the glass.
Wasted opportunities for FEU. Good interior passing from Tempra to Fati, but again, the miss by Fati, point blank.
FEU hasn't scored here in the second half, and that extended halftime might be one of the reasons why, as Ian Torres looks to make a move. 7 seconds remaining. Roger Ondoa still can't get his first points on the board.
Ondoa struggling the whole game. You see Sleet taking him to the basket, taking advantage of that physical mismatch.
Patrick Sleet with a mean mug on Roger Ondoa.
Now Patrick Sleet might look like a good boy, but, you know, don't get on his nerve.
Mo Fati with a pick right there. Getting possession for FEU. Alforque off the glass.
That's a great little rub screen from Mo Fati. Pretending to seal off his guy, then setting a screen for Alforque.
And we're going to go to this quick timeout. We'll be right back with the rest of the third quarter. Welcome back to our coverage of the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship, presented to you by Bola.tv. FEU putting up 4 quick points here in the third quarter.
Extending their pressure to the full court, trying to force Sanzar to make mistakes in their half-court offense.
6:45 remaining here in the third, as Kawamura wants to make a move. Kone off the elbow, no good. Sleet with the defensive rebound.
Rare shot from Solomon Kone. Hasn't really looked for his offense, playing more defensively, getting those rebounds against Fati.
Mo Fati with a good move, just can't finish. Kone with the board.
Oh, Fati really wasting a few opportunities in this third quarter. He's gotten good looks at the basket, just hasn't converted.
Kone from outside hits the side of the rim. And Sleet was perfectly fine, just boxing out Mailim.
No, I looked at Coach Egay Bellones after that Kone three-point attempt. He just dropped his shoulders and stared at the floor for a good 3 seconds after that shot.
He's come a long way from his headband-wearing days in the PBA.
I would be remiss if I didn't say I enjoyed his standing backflips after every free throw.
Sleet down in the post here. Nice pass to Año Nuevo on the outside. Hits the back of the rim. Tempra active on the offensive glass. Picked up by Sanzar. Odu to Mailim. Jeffy Mailim inside. Can't lay it up. Mo Fati with a rebound.
No, Stan, if you're looking at this FEU lineup, there is no true point guard in this 5 on the floor for Coach Denok Miranda, opting for a more athletic and quicker 5. But as I say that, here we see Royce Alforque coming in for Patrick Sleet.
5:39 remaining here in the third quarter. Coach Denok Miranda now toying with his lineups. Cholo Año Nuevo back in. We're also seeing the return of Renzo Competente. Torres, left corner 3, blocked. Back to FEU, Año Nuevo from the top of the key. Can't find the mark. Third chance here, Cyrus Torres. Still no good. This time secured by Sanzar.
Oh, Kone taking it all the way for the end one. Great body control by Kone on the fast break.
That's 7 points for Salomon Kone, 3 away from a double-double. Looking to finish the three-point play here.
He looked like he was kind of out of control on the break, Stan, but he recovered well enough to finish on the play, taking the bump, now shooting his bonus free throw.
3-point play is good for Salomon Cone, 6'8", 211 pounds. Could use a little bit of muscle there as Alforque swooped in. Torres grabbing the offensive rebound. Competente finds air and nothing more. That ball goes out of bounds.
Poor possession right there from FEU. They had a few opportunities to set it up, but yung gigil nila, nauna yung gigil nila, Stan, bago yung common sense, hindi nila na-set up yung opensa nila ng tama.
Less than 5 minutes remaining here as Ian Torres squares up. Offensive rebound, Odu tips it in. That one's good.
You know, Odu reminds me of those, I don't know if you remember, Stan, those old NBA Live games back in the PlayStation 1 and 2. We just tap square for offensive rebounds every time. He reminds me of players like that back in the day.
Somehow, somewhere, somebody's probably playing as Odu on easy mode. He's already got 22 points and 18 rebounds.
18 rebounds.
Torres just threw that up, hoping to draw contact.
No, referees will call that, Stan, because Kawamura, and that was Kawamura, he was in what we call the invisible cylinder for the shooter. You cannot crowd the shooter when he's coming up, he's going up, especially when he's coming down. Kawamura was right there in the landing spot of Cyrus Torres. That's why the referees had to call that foul.
Cyrus Torres, who's one rebound away from a double-double himself, drills that first free throw.
Everybody's getting double-doubles.
Double-double watch is in full swing here at the Villar Coliseum.
You get a double-double, I get a double-double.
The only double-doubles I like are the ones that involve burgers. That's 2 for 2 for Torres on that trip. He's got 15.
No, that stroke of Torres is silky smooth, you know. It's one of those releases where you think that every shot is going to go in.
FEU trying to trap Sanzar here as Famaranco checks back in. Cone couldn't finish, earns 2 shots at the free throw line.
That's a nice post move from Salomon Cone. Shoulder faking one way, turning the other. Just unfortunately missing that finger roll. He could have dunked that easily.
That's 9 for Salomon Cone to go with his 12 boards so far.
No, this Cone Odu front line really keeping Sanzar in the game. Despite the lack of production from the local guys, Cone and Odu have been more than enough for the Fire Tigers.
2-point game here, FEU with the advantage. And you can bet that they'd want to extend that here in the third quarter. Alforque drawing contact yet again.
Poor defense right there from Kawamura. That was a silly foul. Reaching in. You know, when you know your teammate is beaten on the drive, you could just move your feet, try to draw the charge, at least be there and help, instead of just swiping down on the ball weakly like that.
23-year-old Royce Alforque at the line. Wasn't really much of a key contributor for the FEU Tamaraws as you took a look there at their coaching staff. Assistant coach Gabi Severino and the head coach Denok Miranda. Patrick Sleet with the offensive board for FEU. Alforque tries again. That one was blocked in mid-air. Fadi with a good recovery though.
There's a bunch of long arms underneath the paint stand. Fatih and Odu and Cone all having their arms up. Just when you think that pass was going to go through, there's somebody's long arms is just in there deflecting everything.
First free throw off the mark for Mo Fati. He's been waiting a good 4 years for his eligibility in the UAAP, finally getting to play 1 season here in his final year with the FEU Tamaraws.
Now, FEU also had a FSA who only played 1 season. Emon Ujola played a couple seasons ago for FEU.
Good defense by Fati on the other end, preventing Sanzar's bigs from putting up a basket. Alforque on the other end, using the glass, driving left.
Referees with the end one, see the replay. Alforque with the strong drive going left. but the referees are going to call a foul on Mo Fati on that seal down on the post. I think he extended his elbow.
Almost a turnover there for Ian Torres. Was able to recover. Salomon Cone, mid-range J. Odu, did you see how he tried to tip that ball to himself?
Yes, I did. Odu, the owner of 18 rebounds already, trying to get number 19. Tempra trying his best to actually block out. But, you know, when we teach blocking out, we tell them to hit, to hold, and to move. Tempra forgot to move with the block out. That's why Odu had that over-the-back tap.
Odu's actually looking for rebound number 21. He already has
21.
20 on the box score. Kawamura, no good. FEU
21.
rebound.
That's
He's
a crazy,
inching closer to the Asiabasket record.
That's a crazy stat. And we still have a
Sleet
quarter
wrestling
and a half.
that offensive rebound away for FEU. That's a fresh possession for them. Ona with the pick. Alforque all alone. Can't finish. Nice steal from FEU. Torres and Sleet working hard on defense. Sleet's been calling for it the last 5 seconds. And Ona loses it there. Corne thought he had an opening, got trapped there on defense from Alforque.
There's nothing more deflating as a coach than when you force a turnover and give it back right away. You play great defense, you earn the ball back, and you simply throw the ball away again. That's very deflating if you're Coach Denok Miranda.
And if you're running through a practice situation and that happens, do you tend to sanction your players, make them run suicides?
You can ask my boys what happens when that happens. When they do that kind of basketball. It's not a fun thing to see.
5-point game here with 2:35 remaining in the third quarter. Kone going 0 for 2 on that trip. Sleet with his 8th rebound.
Patrick Sleet has been everywhere for FEU, getting rebounds, playing defense, and setting up his teammates.
Tempra with the pick. Got a little too physical there. That foul's going to go against Roger Ondoa.
Ondoa has been struggling to say the least. You know, his offense hasn't been there. He's struggling to defend Patrick Sleet off the dribble. And he has to get used to this kind of competition if he's going to play for CSB in season 100 of the NCAA. He's going to go up against bigger, tougher competition in the NCAA. We all know how NCAA basketball is very physical, right? So this is something that he has to get used to if he wants to take his game to the next level.
That's 9 points for Patrick Sleet, right around his averages from season 85 in the UAAP last year.
I believe Sleet had a 20-plus point game against the University of the Philippines in the first round of the UAAP last season.
Kone taking advantage of the mismatch, but just couldn't finish. Ondoa with his first bucket.
Ondoa showing the hustle, getting the offensive rebound. Coach Denok not happy with the missed blockout.
Año Nuevo kicking it out. To three-pointer no good for FEU. Tempra wasn't able to finish. Odu yet again, he just forced that one up.
Odu was lucky. No, he had the shot, but he took a fake, spun around in the middle. By the time he did that, FEU defense was back. He got bailed out there by the FEU foul.
Substitutions here for Coach Denok Miranda, Fati, and Alforque checking back in. And that free throw rims out for Odu. We take a look at Coach Yancy De Ocampo.
Weird to say, Coach Yancy. I grew up watching him with Air 21 alongside Coach Egay Billones, the starting center for that underdog Air 21 team.
Offensive rebound for the Sanzar Fire Tigers. They get to save that possession. Ondoa can't connect. And Fati with another rebound. Oh, nice pass to James Tempra. And that's the cure for FEU's cold streak.
Great forward pass, no-look pass by Cholo Ano Nuevo. Again, whatever's ailing FEU, Tempra has the cure.
Another break in the action here as Famaranco almost had it stripped away by Sleep. 16 on the shot clock here for the Sanzar Fire Tigers. Torres tried to pass it inside to Odu, picked his pocket. Alforque fades away. Yes!
No, Alforque is way better when he's in control and he knows his strengths, going downhill, shooting those floaters. He's been trying to practice those pull-ups, not really his strength.
That's 9 points for the Cebuano guard for the FEU Tamaraws. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. It's a very far, that post is very far away for Odu. He didn't seem to care.
Green light for Odu. Doesn't matter. He had the smaller defender on him, so with that fadeaway, he had a lot of space to get a clean look.
Calling John Legend, he had the green light. Alforque making the most out of that pick. Fati was a man among boys, but he couldn't finish the play.
On my count stand, that's already the fourth point-blank miss from Mo Fati in this quarter alone.
Ian Torres from the outside, another rebound for FEU. Año Nuevo and Sleet are pushing, but they're outnumbered. Royce Alforque wants to make it work this time. Can't finish off the glass. Ondoa with the defensive rebound. 16 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Roger Ondoa finishes.
Looks like that offensive rebound and putback by Ondoa earlier got him to calm down a bit. Now he's showing what more he can do on the floor.
Alforque's got 4 seconds down to Tempra off the glass. And the third quarter coming to a close. FEU still up by 6, 59 to 53. It's been a flurry here in the third quarter after that extended halftime. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter between the FEU Tamaraws and the Sanzar Fire Tigers as we look at some of the highlights from the third quarter.
Again, that great no-look pass to Tempra. Again, you know, you were talking about Alforque earlier, needing to go to the basket harder. So on that replay, that's what he's been doing this whole third quarter.
We'll come back with the fourth quarter of action here between the FEU Tamaraws and the Sanzar Fire Tigers at the Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship, presented by Bola.tv. You're watching the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship presented by Bola.tv. We're at the Villar Coliseum in Las Piñas for the second game of our opening day. It's a quadruple header, but this one features the FEU Tamaraws and the Sanzar Fire Tigers. Stan C alongside Coach Mark Dandan. And it's fourth quarter time. Royce Alforque and Mo Fati still in the game here for Coach Denok Miranda.
No, they've been playing well. Talking about FEU, when Alforque and Fati are inside, you see the three-point shot from Cyrus Torres. Bank still open at 6 p.m. on a Friday.
18 points for Cyrus Torres. As Cone takes that free throw line, Jay, and gets his double-double, 11 and 15 boards.
Now, Cone might look a bit awkward when he moves, but he's been very efficient around the basket.
7-point game here in favor of FEU. Alforque with the opening. Going left again, he enjoys those lefty drives.
No, Royce Alforque, that's his favorite side of the court, you know, going to his left. And he's a much better player when he's looking to attack that way.
Alforque is only the second FEU Tamaraw in double digits. Torres with 18, Alforque with 11, and then you've got a whole cast of characters with varying varying amounts of points. Sleet and Fati have 9 each. So that tells you the depth of FEU right now.
You know, with FEU, the past few seasons in the UAP, it's never been about one guy, you know, carrying that scoring for the team. It's always about the team helping each other out. You look back 3, 4, 5 seasons ago when they had RJ Barrientos and LJ Gonzalez in the same backcourt, but it's always been guys off the bench always contributing to their success.
And FEU really looking to make a statement in the UAAP this season, but that basket doesn't count. That's a travel against Solomon Kone.
Coach Denok's been looking for that travel against Kone the whole game long. And he's so happy that the referees finally called one.
A little over a minute has elapsed here in the fourth quarter. Nice pass from Alforque, but no finish there for Devaras. Roger Ondoa off the glass.
No, Ondoa looks definitely more different. You see the replay in transition. Great forward pass by Torres to his teammate. Ondoa with the strong finish despite the contact. Now after that putback stand, he seemed to relax more. He looked like he was more in control now.
Odu thought he had that rebound. He and Tempra were jostling for it. That's going to go against James Tempra. It's his fourth personal foul. And every possession counts now for Sanzar, especially now that we're in the fourth quarter. They're only down by 7. So this could be the opening that they need.
Now Tempra's been playing well defensively against the world imports of Sanzar, the Sanzar Fire Tigers, as you see. Odu. Sorry, that's Kone getting a bit chippy against one of the FEU players.
So the 5 on the floor here for Sanzar. You've got Torres, Kone, Kawamura, Odu, and Ondoa. Torres trying to go around those picks. 7 seconds for Kone. Yes!
No, when Kone elevates in that jumper, he really maximizes that wingspan. It's so hard to guard a guy who shoots from the top like that.
Meanwhile, on the other side, here's Año Nuevo to Sleet. Floater in and out for Sleet.
At this stage of the game, Stan, usually it's LJ Gonzalez who takes responsibility for the offense. Now, the Coach Denok is going to look at guys like Sleet, Torres, and maybe Alforque to generate the offense for FEU.
Still no Mo Fati for FEU. That's why they've got Miguel Ona in the middle. Bit undersized FEU lineup. Competente fading away. Can't find air.
Second air ball for Competente in this half.
And that's probably what you call the rookie jitters, since he just graduated from the high school system.
One name that I've been looking forward to seeing is John Ray Pasaol. We haven't seen him today, the younger brother of Alvin Pasaol. He's shown a lot of promise in the juniors ranks. Looking forward to seeing him here in Asiabasket.
Another basket for Odu. He's got 26 and 23 rebounds.
26 and 23. And we still have a good almost 7.5 minutes left in this game.
Ona with a quick shot, which rattles out. And Odu's the big man, but he's basically acting like a playing coach as well, trying to run that offense.
And that's what you get with the guy who has international experience in Odu. He's played the Afro-basket.
Roger Ondoa with a bank shot, and it's a 1-point game here in the fourth. Right corner 3 way off for FEU, and you can see that they're losing control at this stage. Kawamura tried to fade away there, couldn't find position. Ball's tipped away by Torres.
No, Stan, we were talking about earlier in our halftime report, we were looking for someone who's going to support Odu and Kone. And now that Ondoa's here, finally gotten his rhythm down. Now FEU only has a 1-point lead.
Torres can't get that to go. And FEU wants to stop the bleeding. Ball's tipped away and Alforque draws contact. Going back to Roger Ondoa, he was invisible in the first half, but now he's got 8. As we take a look at this Bola.tv move of the game, where Roger Ondoa had 2 of his 10 rebounds at this point.
He's showing his wares, showing the people the reason why CSB plucked him out of the ICC program.
14 seconds for FEU. Would have been a good play between Sleet and Año Nuevo, but to no avail.
Good look right there, but Cholo kind of rushed that alley-oop.
1-point game here. And that one just rattled out. FEU with a fast break opportunity. Good hustle from Kawamura. Good job by Sleet drawing contact and earning those free throws.
Smart play right there from Patrick Sleet. He was never in a rush. He knew from the moment he got that basketball, he knew what he was going to do when he was attacking. Settled for the shot fake. He got Connie to bite, drawing the foul, and getting 2 free throws.
FEU ended the first half and the third quarter up by 6. Now they just find themselves with a very slim margin, so these free throws from Sleet definitely matter. And right on cue.
Right in cue, Stan. Good way to jinx the guy taking free throws.
Coach Denok Miranda still very patient as Sleet drills the second one.
Again, Coach Denok going for a lineup without a true point guard.
Very interesting considering he himself was the point man back in his days in Moraita.
Yeah, you'd think it would be a more point guard oriented system with Coach Denok in place.
7 seconds for Sanzar. Kawamura struggling here. Ooh.
Bailout foul.
And that's one of those lucky breaks that you're looking for when you're a team like Sanzar who's been down for most of the game and just trying to eke your way towards tying the game at a certain point.
No, shot clock winding down. Torres is doing a pretty good job defending, especially coming off that ball screen. But he got a little too excited.
Año Nuevo tried to strip them right there, just went out of bounds. Sayang yun.
Oh, gusto ata dumak ni Cholo. Nanggigil dun sa steal niya.
Kawamura on the inbound. 12 seconds here. Mo Fati back in for FEU. He's got Kone. Kone beat Fati over there.
You know, I was talking about this earlier, Stan. Fati is too slow for Kone or Odu. They've been taking advantage of that mismatch.
Roger Ondoa with a nice block there. Came from behind. We've got a tight ball game, Coach Mark.
No, Ondoa, I mean, he settled down. He's been the difference in this fourth quarter for Sanzar.
Mismatch here for Odu. Goes up. Bit too strong on the left. Patrick Sleet all alone and he lost control.
That was a good pass though from Chola Nuevo as you see this replay, but the block from behind by Roger Ondoa.
A banger's rejection.
Showing the hops. Get up, young man.
A little over 5 minutes remaining here in regulation. 65 all. Still Sanzar ball as Ondoa is the trigger man. Kone couldn't finish.
No, Kone wasn't really showing this part of his game in the first half. Ano ba yan, Stan? Nagtitipid?
I'm in no position to comment on that sort of thing, but it is pretty interesting whenever these things happen. Diba? Medyo invisible ka in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, or the second half rather, you begin to show up and let people know, remind them who you are and what you can do.
Kasi kanina, okay na siya playing defense. Dumidepensa siya. He was getting a lot of rebounds. Ngayon, in the second half, to complement Odu on the offense, he's been hitting a lot of mid-rangers, getting offensive rebounds. He even hit a fadeaway earlier. So surprising. You know, I saw him earlier. You know, not as coordinated as Odu offensively, but he has that soft touch around the basket, that mid-ranger, and that sidestep. Beauty.
Odu just took the lead for Sanzar off that last free throw. He's got 27 now to go with his 24 rebounds. And if I'm not mistaken, the rebounding record in Asiabasket is 32. So he's still 8 rebounds away from tying it. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back with the final 5 minutes and 9 seconds of action here at the Villar Coliseum. This is our coverage of the 2023 Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship presented by Bola.tv. Thank you very much for joining us on this Friday afternoon. I had to check to make sure kung afternoon pa ba or early evening na, di ba?
Afternoon pa. Okay pa tayo.
Stancy alongside Coach Mark Dandan. And this Las Piñas crowd has come alive for the Sanzar Fire Tigers, who've taken the lead. They're up by 2. And Cyrus Torres, it seemed he was on cue with that jumper to take the lead for FEU. They're now up by 1.
Great after timeout design by Coach Denok, getting Torres on the move on that catch and go play with Mohamed Fatih.
Roger Ondoa with a drive. That was short. Sleep getting trapped by Torres. 4:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter here. Cyrus Torres from the elbow. Yes! 3-point game. And Coach Egay Billones wants to talk to the Sanzar Fire Tigers. We'll be right back. FEU up 70-67 as we take a look at that last replay. Cyrus Torres fading from the elbow. Yes, sir. He knows just what to do to lift FEU up. We'll be right back. Four minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter off of that Cyrus Torres jumper. He's got 23 points and 9 rebounds. That's a team high for the FEU Tamaraws. Meanwhile, for the Sanzar Fire Tigers, Odu's got 28, Cone's got 15. They're the only blue shirts in double figures.
That's a great use of by Cyrus Torres of a snake dribble, what we call a snake dribble, going around this defender, pinning him, enabling him to get open for that fadeaway.
Here's Ondoa, who's reminded us of his presence here in the second half. Offensive rebound for Ondoa. He's getting 2 free throws.
We're starting to see why College St. Benilde was very high on Roger Ondoa. See in the replay. Tough shot, but never gave up on the play, getting the offensive rebound over Mo Fatih, 7'2".
And I believe that gives Roger Ondoa a double-double, or he's at least well on his way, 1 point away. That's the double-double, 10 points and 11 boards for Ondoa.
3 guys with double-doubles for Sanzar. Odu, Cone, Ondoa.
Cholo Año Nuevo with the drive. Fatih still couldn't clean it up. 2 attempts, still no good. Año Nuevo and Fatih. It's 5 attempts together for both of them. And that's got to be frustrating if you're Tamaraws.
By my count, Stan, that is missed point-blank shots number 6 and 7 for Mo Fatih in this half.
Año Nuevo denied, but ran into contact. That was a hard foul from Odu.
Yeah, that was clean upstairs, but Odu got some body. Great backdoor play off the inbound. See, that was clean upstairs, but Odu got a bump on Nuevo right there. Momentum hit him first, and then he got the block.
Cholo Año Nuevo at the line here. Crucial free throws, and he misses the first. Coach Denok Miranda just pacing himself, probably practicing some breathing techniques as Año Nuevo goes 1 for 2.
FEU's been struggling with their free throws in the second half. Sleets missed at least 3 free throws. Año Nuevo's been splitting his free throws. In a close game like this, every point matters.
Kawamura for 3, way off. Kone offensive rebound, draws contact, and earns 2 free throws.
I believe that's going to be number 4 on Mo Fati. You see the replay. Fortuitous bounce for Sanzar right there. Fati did a good job of actually blocking out initially, but the bounce just went Sanzar's way. Is that rebound number 19?
Yes, it is. 16 points, 19 rebounds for Kone.
Now I have to ask, Stan, have we had in the history of Asiabasket or Philbasket 2 guys with at least 20 rebounds in one game?
Yes, I believe that's happened in the summer championship as Fati gets that rebound. But I may have been mistaken with the Philbasket rebounding record. It's not 32, it's actually 24. And Odu seems to have tied it already at this point in the game. Time running out for FEU. That fader's no good. Easy rebound for Ian Torres. 1 point game. Stops. Pops. Can't make it. FEU fast break. Sleep finds Fati down low. Still can't finish off the glass. And Kone with his 20th rebound.
I'm looking at the FEU bench. The coaching staff absolutely up in arms with all these misses by Mo Fati.
Here's Odu inside with 9 seconds to go. Fati with another rebound. That's 12 rebounds for Mo Fati. That foul's gonna be on Odu. And that's his 5th. He's done.
That's big. We still have 2.5 minutes and it's a 1 point game and your best player just fouled out.
That's a big break for Coach Denok Miranda and the rest of the FEU Tamaraws. Odu has been a beast in this contest. He finishes the game with 28 points. And if I'm not mistaken, again, we have to clarify, but this looks like an Asiabasket tying record, or record tying 24 rebounds.
He was on pace for 34 at the half, Stan. So he kind of slowed down. Maybe fatigue, maybe all the defense collapsing around him. Now he has to watch from the bench.
Still a 1 point game here. That ball gets kicked out of bounds.
I mean, if Mo Fati at least made half of his point blank shots, FEU would be in a more relaxed state right now. And Coach Denok would be, his BP would not be off the roof.
Very disappointing field goal percentage for Mo Fati. He's 4 for 14 or 4 for 15 after those last 2 tips. Año Nuevo, that one met some fingertips, and that's going to be a goaltend.
See the replay. Año Nuevo with a good finish with the right. Yeah, clear goaltend from, I believe that was Kone. Ball already hit the board.
And now the FEU Tamaraws bench calling for some defense. They want to hold on to this lead as we approach the last couple of minutes in regulation. Ondoa with another rebound. He's been racking them up in the second half. That's 12.
Now you start to question where the ball is going to go if you're Sanzar, because your main guy, Odu, is fouled out. In the half court, who are you going to give the ball to? Is it going to be Kone and take advantage of his quickness mismatch with Fati? Or is it going to be Ondoa going one-on-one?
Ondoa's going to have to do a better job at the foul line. He's only made 2 for 4 in this contest.
It's not really been a free throw shooting clinic for both teams, actually, Stan. So if you're a shooting coach, best to stay away. God will. Oh, no, that's not
That was
God will.
JM Abawag.
Abawag.
So that's a lucky break for the Sanzar Fire Tigers. We haven't really seen JM Abawag up to this point.
He's only played less than a minute in this game.
And he's already drawn the biggest pop from the house. Abawag can't complete the 3-point play. It's still a 1-point game. And you're hearing the chants from the Sanzar Fire Tigers end. Nabuhayan ang crowd dito sa Las Piñas. Año Nuevo backing Kawamura down. Out to Alforque. Nice pump fake. Alforque from the foul line. Yes!
Oh, you gotta know who you're defending. If you're Sanzar, you know Royce Alforque isn't the best outside shooter, so no way should you bite on that shot fake. But good for Alforque, staying in control. Great finish on that push shot.
1:26 remaining here in the fourth. They're trapping Torres and Kawamura on the outside, not allowing them to enter the perimeter. Stripped by FEU. Fast break here. Cholo Año Nuevo. Yes! Quick timeout here for the Sanzar Fire Tigers as we look at Cholo Año Nuevo finishing the fast break.
Staring down Roger Ondoa, who tried to go for that chase down block. And Nuevo showing the athleticism and the potential.
It's a 5-point game here. We'll come back with the final minute and 14. Just a few moments ago, the Sanzar Fire Tigers were within striking distance of the lead. But after that last fast break opportunity, Cholo Año Nuevo just bought the FEU Tamaraws some breathing room. They've now got 4 Tamaraws in double figures.
No, that was a direct result of great ball screen defense from FEU. Timing that tag, as we call it. But that's also a problem for now for Sanzar because that ball is not going to Odu because he's out of the game. Who do they go to?
That's the question as Sanzar has 6 seconds remaining. Torres for 3! 2-point game here after that Ian Torres bomb.
He's been looking for that 3-point shot all day long, finally making one when it matters most.
He's got 8 to go with his 9 rebounds. Under a minute remaining in regulation. Alforque to the left corner. 3 no good for Año Nuevo. Sanzar can take the lead here or at least tie it up. More than enough time. Ian Torres, no good. Año Nuevo with a defensive rebound.
An early heat check for Ian Torres. Not really the best shot available right there for Coach Egay and the rest of Sanzar Fire Tigers.
35 seconds remaining here in regulation. 13 on the shot clock. Torres getting bumped. Throws it up. No good. Fati volleys it out. Kawamura has it. Sanzar ball. 5-second separation between shot clock and game clock. Torres! Floater no good. Fati secures it. Shot clock is off. And it seems like Sanzar kind of felt the heat. Fati with a nice pass. Año Nuevo draws the whistle.
Counted.
That basket counts. FEU now up by 4.
I was wondering why Sanzar wasn't fouling. You see the replay. Año Nuevo being pushed, still managing to finish with his offhand. He's a lefty, so he just finished with his offhand.
And you've got to wonder why Sanzar felt like it was frozen in time as FEU was trying to figure out how to close this game out. Cholo Año Nuevo seemed to be the only one in motion during that last possession.
They had a good chance to foul Mo Fati when he had the ball, but no count. It's still 2 free throws.
That's right. So the
Cholo.
basket apparently doesn't count according to our officials. They just went through the replay. So instead of a 3-point play, Año Nuevo has 2 free throws.
No, Año Nuevo split his 2 free throws last time he was on the line. So we'll see if he can do a better job and seal the win for the Tamaraws.
Still a bit of confusion here, and our officials are trying to clarify that for everybody. Coach Denok Miranda trying to argue about that last basket.
No basket.
The Sanzar Fire Tigers are in the penalty, giving Año Nuevo these free throws. And as you mentioned, Coach Mark, he's been 2 for 4 at the line. Make that 3 of 5.
Coach Denok's actually asking on the replay if they can call an sportsmanlike foul because Cholo was dragged down by his arms. Technically isn't a basketball play.
Año Nuevo goes 1 for 2. Sleet with the offensive rebound. Time running out. And FEU securing that ball. Torres gets fouled there. 10.2 seconds remaining in regulation.
Patrick Sleet with the biggest rebound of the game. And giving us a knowing smile. He got one on Solomon Coney right there.
11 rebounds for Patrick Sleet. None bigger than that last one.
Must be the shoe stand.
Cyrus Torres at the line. And the FEU Tamaraws really have to do a better job at the foul line. They've only shot 40% in this game.
Like I said earlier, it's not a free throw shooting clinic for both teams.
This
Torres
Las Piñas
needs
crowd.
one. He just needs one.
On the edge of their seats.
Literally.
And now it's a two-possession game for the FEU Tamaraws. 10.2 seconds. Still enough time to mount a comeback. But the FEU trap has succeeded. Año Nuevo to Sleet. And that's the dagger.
Wow, what hustle by Sleet and Ano Nuevo forcing that turnover.
6-point game. And as the clock winds down, Kawamura throws it up. And that's the ball game. FEU surviving the Sanzar Fire Tigers 81-75. That was a nuts piece. That last stretch was nuts, Coach Mark.
It was, but at the end, FEU's discipline and FEU's defense held it together for the Tamaraws, putting away a very competitive Sanzar Fire Tigers team.
Balanced attack here for the FEU Tamaraws. You have 4 of them in double figures. Torres finished with 24, Alforque with 13, Sleet with 12, Año Nuevo with 11. Several double-doubles across the board from both squads. So if you're the type of person who likes to keep track of those double-doubles, this must have been your type of contest. We're about to get to know our best player of the game. But what a showing for the FEU Tamaraws, the first collegiate team to pick up a win in the Asiabasket Las Piñas Championship.
No, especially without their starting point guard in LJ Gonzalez. They did a tremendous job finishing off this game. Stan, despite the lack of their veteran leadership, still managed to finish in the clutch. As you see the replays, some big shots, not only from Cyrus Torres, hit a bunch of threes, but you gotta commend Cholo Ano Nuevo and Patrick Sleet, who really brought it on defense.
And it looks like we've got our best player of the game, so let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Megan Cabrera. Megan?
Thank you so much, Stan. Our best player of the game, Cyrus Torres. Congratulations to you, Cyrus. 23 points, 10 rebounds. Alam mo bang nagawa mo yon? Ano ang iniisip mo habang nasa court ka para mailabas mo ang ganong klaseng laro?
Siguro one thing na iniisip ko lang is new opportunity para sa amin. Lalo na yung mga kalaban namin, veterano. So for sure, yung mindset namin na kailangan di kami magbaback down sa kanila. So siguro, credits din sa mga teammates ko kasi yung kumpiyansa na binibigay nila, hindi ko naman magagawa to kundi rin dahil sa kanila.
Cyrus, mahaba-haba yung laro natin. Mahirap siya mula simula hanggang dulo and na-test rin yung endurance ninyo and a lot of you guys are actually in the double-doubles. What can we expect from your team moving forward here in the Asiabasket, pati na rin sa UAAP?
Expect nyo na ibibigay namin yung 100% namin every game. Lahat kami magko-contribute as a team talaga. Yun lang, sana support nyo pa rin kami kahit anong mangyari.
Cyrus, meron ka bang gustong batiin? Ito na yung chance mo.
Binabati ko yung family ko, sa family Calma, Torres, sa girlfriend ko, sa Dabon family.
Thank you so much. Congratulations once again, Stan and Coach Mark.
Cyrus Torres, the best player of the game for the FEU Tamaraws as we look at some of the highlights from this afternoon's contest.
No, it wasn't pretty, but FEU got the job done, with their hustle. They scrapped it together. Muhammad Fati missed a bunch of point-blank shots, but he stayed with it, played great defense, got some big rebounds. At the end of the day, every point matters. It doesn't have to be pretty as long as you get the dub.
We started the game wondering where the offense would come from in the absence of LJ Gonzalez, the leading scorer and playmaker for the FEU Tamaraws. We got the answer. It was a balanced attack for Coach Denok Miranda and his coaching staff.
if you're Coach Denok, this bodes well for you for your preparation for the UAAP. You don't want to rely on one guy named NG Gonzalez, but it's a great sign. Hopefully they could sustain this form throughout the Asiabasket tournament.
And that brings us to the end of our coverage of this game between the FEU Tamaraws and the Sanzar Fire Tigers. For Coach Mark Dandan, my name is Tansy. Let's send it over to Yumiko G of Bola.tv to close this one out.
Hey there, sports fans! It's me again, Yumiko G, your newscaster from Bola.tv. We are still live here at the Villar Coliseum at katatapos lamang po ng ating second game. Oh my gosh, what a very exciting match between the Sanzar Pharmaceuticals up against sa ating FEU Tamaraws. Congratulations to the FEU Tamaraws taking home the victory for today with at least 81 to 75 points. No, my God, talagang energy po dito sa Villar Coliseum ay definitely electric. Grabe. Pero ipus na pa lang yung mga kaibigan dahil sabi ko nga sa inyo, marami pa. Hanggang July 30 pa po tayo dito. So, huwag ninyong kalimutan to keep Bola.tv close, mga kaibigan. Ipa-download nyo na yan sa mga kaibigan nyo, sa mga kakilala nyo. Dahil patuloy pa rin po tayo mamimigay ng mga prizes dito, cash prizes, our gift card vouchers, lalo na po sa mga nanonood ng Bola.tv live sa Bola.tv app. Especially with Carissa and Kenneth live, simultaneously live streaming right now. At again guys, samahan nyo kami sa ating third game. Join us for the next game. We have Uratex Philippines versus Ateneo Blue Eagles will be coming up next. Trust us, this one is something that you don't want to miss. Again, back to you guys.